Hello. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to Worthy Wednesdays. I hope you guys can hear me. Please click, comment, tag, share. You can do all that with this video. This month we are going to be talking about business. So this is the month of business. Last month was the month of vision, right? Remember, last month was vision. This month is business. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Charise, and I'm the founder of CAJD Apparel and More LLC. I'm also an author, speaker, and a self-confidence coach, right? So let's get into what we're going to be talking about today. Like I said, today is Business 101 Part 2. Part 1, we talked about leadership. And basically, it was a question that I asked you guys, and it was, are you ready to be a leader, right? Because when you have a business, or if you're doing anything that is business related, you could be working for somebody, but you could be in a position of management or something like that. We all need to know what business is and what it does and what leadership means, right? So I just have some things here to go over with you about business. So we're going to get into this, right? So the first thing I have is like business. Is it a business? Is it your occupation? Is it a trade? What are you doing? It's up to you what you decide. That's why I said this right here was not just for business owners. This is for people who want to be held accountable for what they want to do, right? It may be, like I said, working for a company. Every business is not for everybody because it is a lot of hard work, but it's up to you. Okay, so the first thing I have some scripture for you. I always got to give you a little bit of scripture to go with what I'm telling you, because what I'm giving you is facts, but also the Bible is the word. So we also have to go by that as well. We have to go by the word of God to make sure that we're following instructions and doing what we're supposed to do and that we're in his will, right? So the first thing is the Lord God placed the man in the Garden of Eden to tend and watch over it. So this was like the first job, right? The first job. But to me, you can even say it was the first business, because the first business was for him to take care of God's business, right? So what God ideas have God given you and made you and gave you and put in your mind to do, and you have not done those things yet. So, whatever that is, you need to tend to his work first, and then he will take care of everything else, right? So another scripture I have is Proverbs 22 and 29. This is the Passion Translation. And it says, if you are uniquely gifted in your work, you will rise and be promoted. You won't be held back. You'll stand before the kings. Listen, I'm trying to stand before the kings. I don't know about you, but I want to stand before the kings. So whatever it is that I have to do to make sure that I'm promoted and that I'm gifted and I'm skilled, I am willing to do that. So we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about a little about a business plan, and we're going to also talk about some things that you need to have in your business. I do have a lot of notes, so I'm going to try not to keep you guys too long, but hey, we're going to get this thing rocking, right? Because I do believe that from the beginning, you have to set a foundation, and it has to be a steady foundation, right? You can't build a house on sand, because what's going to happen? It's going to sink. So if you build your business on sand and you don't do your research, guess what's going to happen? You ain't going to be in business too long, right? So with my business, I want to be in business for years to come. I want it to be a generational business. I want to pass it down to my children, their children. I want something to be given to them as well. So because of that, I want this to be something that is good. You know what I mean? I want it to be something that makes money. I want it to be something that's lucrative, but it also blesses people. And I want it to be something that sets a foundation for people to look at and say, oh, I want my business to be like that. I want it to be a business model, right? So what I have here, your business plan is the foundation of your business. Every successful business has a business plan, right? So it's the roadmap to structure to grow and shows where your business is headed. So with a business plan, it shows people where you're going, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to promote, what it is that you're building, right? So it helps you do that. The plan and execution of how you plan to get there, and the business plan can change depending on how your business changes or how it expands. Like, so, we have this saying, like, and it's mostly in church, like if a church stays small, it shouldn't stay small for long, because if you're going to expand and grow, it's going to get bigger the more that you expand, right? It's the same thing with business. The more that you expand and grow, the more business is going to be right with you. It's going to expand, it's going to grow. You're going to, because like right now, my business, right? Let's say it's a small business right now or whatever, because I'm the only operator in the business, right? So what about when it expands, when God touches it and it expands, and I'm going to need to hire employees. I'm going to need to hire people to do certain things, accounting, all these different positions, because I want to be that person that creates jobs for other people. So because of that, it's going to blow up to the point that I'm going to need those people to do that. You see how I just spoke word into my business? Y'all better listen. All right. So the next thing is the plan and the plan and execution of how you plan to get there. The business plan can change depending on how your business expands. So, like I said, it can change on the basing on how your business expands. Business plan guides through the stages of your starting and managing your business. So the business plan is something that you need to be able to do your business with. I know, I'm gonna be honest. When I first started my business, I did not have a business plan, right? I just wanted to sell jewelry, and I was like, look, I didn't even have a LLC. I didn't have an EIN number. I didn't have nothing really, right? When I first started, right? Let's be honest. I didn't have anything, but I had to teach myself and find out different ways of research of how to do this thing right. Because what you don't want is IRS knocking at your door because you done made money and you didn't report it. What you don't want is you don't want to be getting in all types of trouble because you're not doing what it takes to make your business legal, right? It's nothing wrong with making bracelets. There's nothing wrong with selling things. Nothing wrong with none of that. But let's do it legally. Let's create a business because if you're going to create a legacy is more than just a business. And I'm trying to create a legacy, right? So business, like I said, business plans can help you get funding or convince people to work with you. Listen, if you have a business plan, it helps people to know who you are, what you're trying to do, when you're trying to do it, what your money looks like, what's your time factor. It lets people know all these things. If you don't have these things in a business plan, then how are you going to expect somebody to give you money to invest in something that you don't believe in yourself? So the thing of it is, we have to believe in our product. There's nobody going to sit here and fund you and give you money for something that you don't even believe in, right? So the next thing is an executive summary. So this is building your business plan. So we're going to start building it now. So the first thing you need is an executive summary, or some people just call it a summary of your business. And basically what that is, it's a brief description of your company and why it will be successful. So you need to have what your company is going to do, why you think it's going to be successful, what makes your idea different from anybody else, include your mission statement, products and services you provide, and basic information about your business and how you plan to expand. Because if you're, like I said, if you're going to be a business, you don't want to be small for long, right? You want to end up being a good business. So for that, you want to make sure that you are able to do what a business does, which is expand and move. The next thing you need is a company description. Provide a detailed information about your company. What problem does your company solve, right? You always have to solve a problem. What does your company solve? Who does your business serve? Explain the advantages of a customer with your company. Explain the advantages up to the consumer. So what is the advantages of them being for them to buy your product? What's the advantages? Like, okay, so for me, like basically I sell bracelets. I do, apparel, bracelets, and different things. My reason is because I want women to feel confident about themselves when they're rocking my bracelets. I want them to feel confident about themselves when they put on my shirt. I want them to know that I made it with love, and I want them to know that somebody loves them, right? And then not only that, I want them to know that this product is something that you put in because you're wearing the word. Like my shirt right now says, walk by faith, not by sight, right? So you're wearing the word. You're wearing the word of God. So that's what you're doing. So that's why I provide that service for my business. So what do you want? What do you want your business to do? What is it going to do? What does it serve for your customers, right? Explain the advantages to the consumer and what, working with your company, what is going to happen if they do that. The next thing is market analysts, right? So you need to know your market. Who are you marketing to? What do they look like? Do your research what companies are doing when companies are doing what you want them to do. Like, look at other companies that are doing the same thing, but look at how you can do it differently. It's always model companies out here that are doing certain things to set the bar, right? So if you look at I want to look at another company that's doing what I'm, doing, that's on the same level as me, but I definitely would look at a company that's on a different platform or a different level, right? That's what I would do, right? So the next thing I would do is do your research. What companies are doing that for you? So do your research. How can you do it different and better? This is the thing. And this is why I tell anybody, it don't matter how many people selling jewelry, how many people selling shirts. You can do whatever you want to do. It's up to you, or how many people doing whatever you want to do, right? It doesn't matter. You got a million coaches, I'm a confidence coach. There might be somebody else's confidence coach, but guess what? God put something in me different, and just like they put something in them different. So it's going to be something different about me that's going to have me to get a certain type of clientele, and it's going to be something about them that is different that's going to have them get a certain clientele, right? So these are the things that we have to look at. The next thing is organization and management. How will your business be structured? And how will you train people to work for your company? Listen, my thing is eventually, like I told you guys, I don't want to be sitting here being a small business. I want to expand and get bigger. So I know I'm gonna have to purchase more heat presses. I know I'm gonna have to purchase, a building. It's things that that you're gonna have to do. It's nothing wrong with research. Just because you don't have the money right now, you provide the resources. You say, okay, this is what the money I'm gonna need for this. This is how much this is going to cost. Research is free, you guys. Research don't cost you nothing. Find out how to get to the next level. I think sometimes we cut ourselves short and we cheat ourselves when we don't try to figure out how to get to the next level. You don't necessarily have to be there yet, but at least do the work to find out what it takes to get there, right? So the next thing is, how can you do it better? And how can you do it better? I'm sorry, that wasn't it. What was next was, who do you need to hire, right? Who you need to hire? What qualifications do they need to possess? You don't want to hire nobody that don't know what they're doing. So what qualifications do you want? So if you're looking for a graphic designer, do you want them to have a degree in design, or do you want them to have a certificate, or do you want them to just have the background of working in that particular market? Like, what do you want, right? Choosing a legal structure. What do you want your business to be? Do you want it to be an LLC? Do you want it to be a C corporation? Do you want it to be an S corporation? Do you want it to be limited partnership? Do you want it to be sole proprietary? What do you want it to be? Oh, see, I know what I'm talking about, So what do you want it to be? The next thing is your service and your product line, right? So for your service and your product line, describe what services you offer. Why would people want to purchase from you, right? The reason why I say people want to purchase from me, because they get one-of-a-kind bracelets, they get one-of-a-kind shirts. Yes, you might be able to find a shirt, but it's one-of-a-kind because it's made by me. and I have that certain touch, right? I have that certain confidence level, and the thing about me is I show that same type of confidence to my friends and everybody who knows me, right? I'm that person that will drive confidence. I have, before you get off the phone with me, you will think that you can conquer the world if you need to, right? And that's the type of person I am. So that's what's in my shirts. So when I make my apparel and I send it out, or when I touch my jewelry, or when I'm packaging my stuff up that I'm sending out to my customers, they're getting a little bit of that confidence too. You know what I mean? So that's what I offer, right? Give a description, how long it will last, and why is it important to you? Why is it important to your customers? Why do they need to purchase your product? It's time out for stuff that we just put together for no reason, right? What is the reason why I should buy your bracelets? What you doing with it? Are you speaking blessings over these bracelets? Like, what you doing? Right? Next thing is, how much are your competitors charging, right? How much are your competitors charging? How much are your competitors charging? The reason why you need to know that, because you need to know how much you need to charge, right? Because you don't want to be charging way over somebody that's doing something just like you. It's kind of funny. Like when I first looked up bracelets, I seen people charging $100 for one bracelet. I was like, and I'm talking about handmade bead bracelet. I ain't talking about nothing extreme, And I was like, Lord, when I first started, I was selling my wrist for like $10. And he was like, you need to upgrade yourself because they worth more than $10, right? Sometimes if you don't know what people are doing and you're not selling to the right market, you talk yourself out of your blessing. You got somebody out there who's willing to pay for whatever you got. But sometimes we talk ourselves out of our blessing because we don't think we're good enough, right? So the next thing is, do you need to do a copyright or a patent on your design? Sometimes you have to do a copyright or a patent. You have to patent your design. That way if someone wants to use it, they got to pay you for it, right? You may have to do that. You also may have to do that with your business name or with, a shirt design or something that you make. You never know. Keep that, find out how much it costs for you to do that if that's something that you want to do. So what will be your turnover for each transaction? Your turnover, which means how much money will you make after every transaction, after you take out the money, how much the beads cost, how much the bracelet costs, how much the string costs, how much all these different things. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't calculate all that. How much does everything cost before you even sell it? Are you even making a profit? And how many bracelets, do you know how many bracelets going to take you, or how many shirts, or how many cupcakes, or whatever you selling? Do you know how many it's going to take you to get to the next level before you meet your level? Like, do you know this? How much it's going to cost you? The next thing is marketing and sales. How do you plan to market your business? How will you attract and retain your customers? Are you going to do Facebook ads, Instagram ads? Are you going to do a landing page? Are you going to do digital business cards? Look, people ain't trying to take no business card from you right now. Do a digital business card. Do you have one? If you don't have one, there's ways that you create one, right? Mailing list. Do you have mailing lists where you can send out people different postcards and different things like that, with different type of things that you're doing for your business, different events that you're doing, or even like, today I found out that I could put on through my service that I'm going live, right? I didn't know I could do that. It's just something that I found out. So are you doing that so people know what you're doing and what you're going to be doing? Do you have like I said, digital business card, mailing list? Do you have tripwires? Tripwires are and this is something that I learned because I am a member of the KBLN, right, which is the Kingdom Leadership Business Network. And I learned about tripwires. I had no idea what that was, but I learned about tripwires, and tripwires are free products, basically, right, to get customers to buy things from you to do different things. Do you have a tripwire? I have a free ebook, right, that's on my website. I also do these videos and different things that's giving you tips. This is information because some people have to pay for what I'm giving you right now, So the thing is, do you have those type of things? What are you doing to help other people? Because that's what tripwire basically is. It's something that's helping somebody do something that they didn't know how to do before they took your service, right? Okay. Do you offer free products? Have you had a photo shoot? Listen, some of us can't handle, right now can't afford to get a photographer. If you can't get your camera, get you a ring light, take you some pictures and edit them, and go on Canva, take out the background. Listen, it's stuff that you can do, y'all, that you don't even have to spend a whole lot of money for until you get there. You know what I mean? You might not be there yet, and it's okay. Videos, etc. So this is when you bring out the special effects for your customers. All this stuff that I'm talking about, these landing pages and Instagram ads, this is when you bring out the special effects. The stuff that I create, it doesn't take me that long to create it when I put it on, when I post it on Facebook or Instagram. It doesn't take long to do it. Take about 5 minutes to do it. But you have to learn how to do it, but once you learn how to do it, it's free information. It's something that you learn how to do. The next thing is funding requests. How will you fund your business? You need to have on your business plan how you plan to fund your business for the next 5 years. What do you plan to do to get the money that you need? Are you going to do fundraisers? Are you going to, get people to donate? Right? On my website, I have donation buttons. It's in case somebody feel like they want to bless me. Hey, do you have a donation button on your website? What if somebody wants to bless you, and they want to bless you, but they want to do it anonymously, like they don't want nobody to know, and they just want to send it to you? Do you got something on your website where people can do that? Yes, I do. You on my website, you hit donation, you can donate whatever you want. You get what I'm saying? You never know how God gonna send somebody to bless you, so you gotta have the doors open when he's trying to do something for you, right? The next thing is, equipment, materials, salaries, and bills. How you paying to pay for all this stuff? You gotta know how to pay for all this. Right now, I'm the only salary right now, that I have right now is me, but eventually it'll be my kids, because y'all want Christmas gifts, you gonna work for that. I'm just saying, ain't that free? Listen, so this is the thing. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna employ the kids and everybody, whoever, whatever we can do to, but then we also have to pay them, a salary. So how do you plan to do that? So plans for paying off debt and plans to cover bills until your profits increase. So you need to have a funding plan in place for that. How do you, until your funding increase? So some of us are not to a place where we can afford to just go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff for our business. Some of us ain't just there yet. And if you're not, what do you plan to do to get that money that you need? What do you plan? Do you plan to put out to that you want donations, or that you want people to help you? Whatever it is, you got to put that in your business plan. And it's unique for everybody, because everybody's not doing the same type of business, but you do what you need to do for you to succeed, right? So the next thing is financial projections. Your business is your business stability. What are you going to do for finances? What will you do to make money, right? So you're supposed to be selling products to make money, but also what else? Because sometimes your products need products. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Your product, and think about it, your products need products. And what I mean is that I sell shirts, but I also sell jewelry, right? I also sell bracelets. So I have one product, which is a shirt, but I put other products with it. So I also have matching mugs to match the shirts, right? So if somebody wants a mug and a shirt that match, they can get that. You know what I'm saying? So it's the thing of your products need to have products. You can't go to a place and you like, this is like you go to a store like Bath and Body Works. I say them for instance, right? You go to Bath and Body Works, they got the spray, they got the lotion, and they have sometimes they have like sleep spray that you can spray on your pillow. They got scrubs, they got candles. You see what I'm saying? Your products need products. You can't just put out one product and don't put out other products, right? Okay, so the next thing is what will you do with the money that you make? Do you have spreadsheets? Do you have structure? Do you have structure for your business? And what I mean by structure is that, do you know how much money is coming in? Do you know how much money going out? Do you have spreadsheets set up? Because before you get big and you hand it over to somebody, you got to have something to give them, like some spreadsheets or something to tell them how much money you made this year, how much money you want to make the following year, and this is what money you spend out. Even if you did go over, it's fine, but it's just the point of having something to go by to do your spreadsheets with, right? So the next thing is, I know I'm giving y'all a bunch of information. I'm trying to get through this. And then the next thing is also you can put this in graphs and charts too. So you can do graphs and different things like that. And if you don't know how to do graphs, I might do something like, show you guys how to do graphs, because it is so easy. Like, it's very easy. You can plug it into Excel and you can know how much percentage of your customers is buying a certain product, how much of a percentage of your customers is buying this product. It's not hard at all, y'all. So okay, the next thing is the parable of the three servants. So I just want to go over this parable with you guys, and it's in Matthew 25:14-30, and it's just talking about the servant that the master, he gave the servants basically he gave them money, right? So he gave them money. He gave one 10 bags of silver. He gave the other one two, and he gave the other one, right? And basically, the one that had the 5 he made 5 more. The one who had 2, he made 2 more. But the one that had the 1, what he did was he dug a hole in the ground and he hid it, right? So basically, the parable basically tells you that, when the master came back and he wanted to account for his money, like, what's going on? You know what I mean? He wanted to know what was going on with his money. And then he's seen that the 2 servants that he gave came back with 10. One came back with 10, one came back with 4, right? Because came back with double, right? And he was excited. He said, well, what is it? Well done, my good and faithful servant, right? And he says, well done to them, right? But then he replies to the other servant. He said, you are wicked and lazy. And if you knew that I harvest crops I didn't plant and gather crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it, right? And what I'm telling you is that all these things that I'm telling you is stuff that I researched out. I found out what was going on. There's different things that you can do. Do the work. If you do the work, I guarantee it will work out for you. It may be a lot right now, and it may seem like it's so much coming against you. It may seem like it's so much trouble, so many problems, so many issues, right? But if you do the work, I promise you will have a reward. Now, the person who had 10 talents, he had to work to get them extra 5 the extra 5 bags of silver, or what, and the other person, he had to work too to get the extra 2 bags of silver. The other person that did nothing, he didn't get nothing because he didn't try. We have to get to a place where we try things. And ain't saying that you ain't gonna fall flat on your face or that stuff ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Because truth be told, I started CAJD Apparel and I stopped. I was like, look. But see, my heart was not in the right place with it. You know what I mean? Because I was just trying to make money. And I'm just giving you real right now. You know what I mean? I was just trying to make money. But when my heart got right, and now it's like, God, I just want you to bless people. So however you do that is up to you. You know what I mean? It's not for the money no more. It's about the people. It's about the love. It's about, people enjoying who they are, who being confident in themselves and loving themselves and understanding that I made something to love on them as well. You know what I mean? So it's the product has changed. So you know what that does? That shifts the game. That shifts everything that I do. So because of that, I'm gonna be the one that he says, well done, my good and faithful servant. And that's what I'm trying to be. You know what I mean? So that was the point of that. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you some strategy right now. I think I gave you a lot of strategy, but I'm gonna go over some things with you. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 things to go over with you. So the first thing that we need while we're doing this business plan, but also that we need to understand about business. First is the business idea. What is your big idea? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to sell? Estimate your startup costs. How much money is it going to cost you to start this business? Don't wait until you get the business to do it, because it's going to be too late. You need to prepare. The word says write the vision and make it plain. It says that for a reason. It also says that because when it comes, it will not tarry, right? So you don't want to be in a position of blessing coming, you ain't ready. The third thing is set a realistic goal. Set a realistic goal for yourself. Like, look, challenge yourself sometimes, yes. But one thing about it is you have to set realistic goals so you can do what you need to do and understand what you're trying to do. Because sometimes you can move too fast and you can miss something. And you don't want to miss God, because if you miss God, then you got to start all the way back to square one. So you don't want to do that. The next thing is research your markets. Find out who the people are that you're trying to sell to. Find out what they want from you. One thing, when I started doing the confidence coaching, right, I wasn't sure which way to go, but it's just natural for me to encourage people. So I was like, I'm naturally this. This is not something that I got to work to do. I don't have to conjure up nothing. I don't have to try to do nothing. This is me every day. So because it's me every day, it comes natural. What comes natural to you? What is something that you enjoy doing every day that if no one paid? Because if nobody paid me to encourage people, I still would do it. It wouldn't matter to me. You know what I mean? So whatever it is that you can do, you do that. The next thing is branding. Choose a good business name. Listen, please, y'all. Choose a good business name. Don't be around here with these business names that sound like somebody. Look, you already know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be nice. Do not have a business name like that. Have a business name that sounds good. So when people click on it, you get the right customers, right? The next thing is choose a logo. Listen, you can do your own logo on Canva, or you can hire somebody on Fiverr, and that's Fiverr. You can hire somebody on Fiverr. My logo, Dani Harris, I think she has the portrait studio. That is her business. She did my logo, and she does an awesome job with logos. So if it's something that you want, I'm pretty sure she can help. That's who did my logo. But if you don't want to pay for, that type of money for a logo, you go through Fiverr or Canva, right? And you can do Canva. There's some things that you can do for free on Canva. You don't have to pay if you on a budget, because your logo can change later. I'm gonna be honest, my logo was not always what it is now. I changed it. So if it's something that you're doing, once you expand or once you get a new vision, you can change it, right? Create a tagline. What is your tagline? So one of my taglines that I have a couple, but one of them is exquisite fashion with a twist of faith. A boost of faith and a twist of confidence. That's what one of them is. The other one is just be you. That's another one. Another one is be kind, be free, be you. Right? So I have a couple of taglines, but create a tagline for your business. What is going to be your tagline? The next thing is a digital business card or a regular business card. Look, you gotta have a business card. You know how many businesses I have seen that don't have no business card? How they supposed to contact you? What are you doing? How somebody gonna get in contact with you? Right? The next thing is postcards. Learn how to do postcards and have somebody create some postcards, or infographics, right? Infographics and postcards can be used kind of interchangeably. So the postcards and infographics is basically a long paper, and it just kind of tells a little bit about your business in like 5 minutes, right? Tells everything, and these lists all these little bullet points or whatever, pictures on it, all that good stuff. And it's kind of like it's supposed to be bold, it's supposed to be colorful. So black and white probably won't be good, but it's supposed to be something that people get to, and then when they read, it's like, oh my God, this is what's going on with her business. Oh my God, this is a good business. And it just shows for people to be able to look down and do that, right? The next thing is product packaging. What kind of packaging do you have for your products, right? Do you have bubble mailers? Do you have boxes? Do you have stickers with your logo on it? What do you have, right? Get those things, right? The next thing is marketing. Research your target market, right? We talked about that. Purchase a domain name. Listen, get you a website. Stop playing, okay? Create you a domain name and create something that people can get to, right? So my thing is, like, now since I did the confidence coaching, if you Google my name, it's everywhere. I was like, oh Lord, you know. But I mean, that's what that's kind of like what you want, right? You want people to be able to research and know who you are, right? So create a business email. Do you have a business email? Create a business email. My email came with my business. I have a business, my business domain and my email, all that came together. So basically I created all that at one time. The next one is create social media accounts, right? Create social media accounts. What type of social media accounts do you need? Do you need Facebook? Do you need Instagram? You know, whatever you need for your business, create those different accounts, right? The next thing is finances. Open a business account. Listen, you need to separate the two. I had to learn that the hard way, because if not, you end up spending the money. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. You end up spending the money. You don't want to do that, right? Create a PayPal or a Stripe account so that you can have money different ways for people to pay. You know, also I would say create a Square account. A Square account is where you can take credit cards. Do that. You know, or do you need a POS system? They have different POS systems, right? And that means the POS is just point of sale system. The point of sale system is, it could be ShopKeep, Lightspeed, Toast, Upserve, Clover, or Square. Those are some of the ones I looked up, right? So you can do a POS system. All right. And the last one is, oh no, I'm sorry, it's two more. The next one is business. Choose a legal structure. We talked about that. LLC. Do you want an LLC? Are you trying to be a sole proprietor? Are you trying to be a C corp, or S corp? You know, are you trying to be a limited partnership? What are you trying to do, right? The next thing is register your business name. Do your stuff legally. Register your business name, okay? Register your business name. Get your resale certificate, right? Get your resale certificate. Register your business name. Because one thing about it, this is the thing. If you don't register your business name, it don't make sense. Why would you have a business that nobody can Google? Why? It's pointless. Why are you paying for a website that nobody can Google? It makes no sense. So register your business name and also do your resale certificate. Also do your user sales tax. Listen, when you are selling products, this is basically for people who sell products. When you're selling products and services, you have to have, you should do a user sales tax. And what that is, that you're giving the people the money that you made in tax is not yours. It goes back to the state. So you pay it quarterly and you pay your taxes that way. At the end of the year, you don't have to worry about paying for it. I pay mine quarterly. It's up to you how you pay yours, but I do it quarterly because it's easier for me, right? The next thing is inventory. What type of inventory tracking do you need? Because you need inventory. You need to know what's selling the best, and also not only what's selling the best, but how much of it you have. Because if you're trying to go from small to big, once you get big, it's gonna be hard to just trying to walk around the store and count that stuff by yourself. It's gonna be too hard to do that. And the last thing I have is your accounting system. What kind of systems do you have in place? Do you have balance sheets? Do you have income statements? Do you have a cash flow statement? There is software that you can purchase that will help you with your accounting, because I am not really good. I'm not really good in accounting, but there are stuff that you can purchase. So the software that I looked up that you can purchase is called FreshBooks, QuickBooks, Xero, Account Edge Pro, and OneUp. So these are things that you can purchase that will allow you to run your accounting business, your business with accounting. So that is all I have for you guys this week. Again, this was Business 101 Part 2. I hope it was good. I hope you guys learned something. I did this because I wanted people to do business and do it right and do it biblically. You know what I'm saying? Like, God wants us to be successful, but we have to have the tools in place to be able to do that. Okay. So I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Also, go to cajdapparelmore.com. Go check it out. There's more shirts, more jewelry, more fashion stuff. This necklace I have on is on the website. So go check it out, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.